I would like to see the Village of Winfield have a mutually beneficial relationship with Central DuPage Hospital. I think that is in both of our organizations' best interest to form an ongoing partnership where both parties can meet mutual goals and also make sure the interests of both parties are fairly recognized. But unfortunately, I don't think our village's relationship with CDH is appropriate. It is inequitable in the extreme. And as we do more research on this topic, we find it very clear that we're getting a raw deal, and that Winfield residents and taxpayers are paying a steep price for the benefit that we have for having CDH in our community. I will want to echo some of the comments by Manager Barrett. I mean, Central DuPage Hospital is a premier medical institution, and we should be proud to have them as a member of our community. Their facilities are beautiful, and they look like a corporate headquarters, and they provide first-class medical care, and they do provide a substantial benefit to our region. Manager Barrett has gone over some of the details, but for instance, their profit margin is the same as that of Apple Computer. They should be proud of that. In their last reporting period, they made $184.5 million. They should be proud of that. But, and they actually do provide free services well and above the nonprofit revenue that they extract from the Village of Winfield. But this comes at a steep price for the resident of Winfield and taxpayers. Because they are a nonprofit, as Manager Barrett has documented, Winfield loses $42 million in revenue that would go to our schools, our park district, our library, our fire district, and of course the village government. And the portion of that would come to this government to help fund services and reduce the burden on Winfield taxpayers would be from CDH, if they were for profit, as has been noted, is $1.7 million. So that's a big number. So let's put these in perspective. The $42 million is the equivalent of $404,500 for every man, woman, and child in the Village of Winfield. That's what Central DuPage Hospital is avoiding paying because of their nonprofit status. So you think of that. You've got a family of 4. That's the equivalent of $18,000. So you can put all that in a little bit of perspective in terms of your own finances. And what does Winfield get for that $42 million that we lose out on? Well, we do get $4 million in medical care to those who need it, and a couple $100,000 here and there. But it's a net negative. So then the bottom line is that CDH's nonprofit status, while the region benefits enormously, Winfield is a net loser. And all of that burden falls on the community of 9,000 people. So then we can think, well, how can we make this better? What's the path forward? Well, some of the comments by my colleagues have already touched on it. I would be pleased to work with Central DuPage Hospital in revitalizing our town center. There have been discussions. They frankly have been going rather slowly, but we'll pursue that. Some of my colleagues on the board have also mentioned that there's the potential for a voluntary contribution where CDH recognizes that they are a rather extraordinary burden on a small community of about 9,000 people. They recognize that and do what they can to make it whole. So I guess what I would like to do is echo the comments of Trustee Greer. I'd like to have our friends at CDH do the right thing and understand that they are a member of this community, that we can seek and put into action a mutually beneficial relationship where both of our organizations can truly say that we're partners, where we both can prosper. The Village of Winfield has consistently reached out its hand to Central DuPage Hospital, where we will make sure they know we are willing to be their partner. The question in my mind is CDH willing to take that hand of friendship? Or are they going to not go out of their comfort zone and protect their own corporate interests? Bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, it's up to CDH. The choice is theirs. So we have Manager Barrett. There was a large number of action items. I made a couple of notes myself, like 3 pages of notes. So we may want to compare notes when we're done.
He's got 3 down.
So sorry about that. I guess the big thing, Kurt, is that there's unanimous opinion on the board that we'll need to get some outside expertise so we can relieve that burden.
Yes.
So
he's smiling now.
yeah, he's smiling now.
He's helping.
Yeah.
The cavalry needs to arrive.
Yeah. So.
He can win.
Yep. So anyway, I'd like to also express my thanks to all members of the board. The comments were all on topic, and I think they were very helpful in helping us find a path forward. I think this discussion is going to be many months, perhaps 6 months, perhaps more, as we work through these challenging issues. I think that this is something that Winfield, as has been noted, should have done a long time ago. We've perhaps not had our focus as we should, and I'm just very pleased that this board, we're taking on the toughest issues that Winfield has to offer. We're fixing our roads, we're dealing with Roosevelt Road, we're have a $2.8 million new path, and now we're also talking things that really make a difference, which is our friends at CDH, and just letting them know we need to help them understand that they need to be part of our community. So take on the big issues, solve problems, find opportunities. So there you are.